What is happening? Long ass time no see, right? So Jay and Bray back at it. We took quite some time off for those that have stuck around, and you probably a few of you have seen that we went through and erased our content. We had some pretty big items occur in life, at which point we decided to focus on that 100%. And I'll let Braden kind of jump into that real quick and fill you in.
I've had a open heart surgery,
Yep.
which
And an entire pulmonary vein reroute. So that was back in the beginning of May, and it's quite interesting. So if you guys remember Bray, previously he was about 7 inches shorter than he is now. So within just the last few months, and he had a birthday. He's 15 now too. So within the last few months, he's a heart warrior, right? I think that's what we're saying now. So he's a warrior through and through. Handled that whole situation better than most, I would think. Either way, he was a trooper. So either way, we decided we've been kind of going back and forth. Do we want to get back into this? Started a little bit tinker with it. We figured we'd jump back into it anyway. And what better way than with the Tom MacDonald, right?
yeah,
Tom MacDonald's song, "The System." So we've been away for about 5 months, 6 months now. There is a lot of music we missed out on. So um, Tom MacDonald. There's going to be about 1,000 bars thrown at us. I'm sure we'll try to pick a couple here and there to kind of chat on, and we'll go from there. Great, do this.
let's do this.
Tom MacDonald, "The System."
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left. Take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to...
Okay, so we're going to stop this a few different times, but what have you picked up on so far?
Like pick the red pillow or blue, like Democrats or Republicans, like choose your side.
Absolutely. So yeah, and essentially saying that it's pretty much from birth, right? They're feeding the propaganda, or they're feeding
There's no
the
breaks.
system, I guess. And then if you don't learn it through school, right, which um, we all know that it's a lot of your history stories and whatnot is a one-sided story.
Mhm.
If you don't learn it through the school anyway, then the news will definitely follow back around
Yeah.
on you, right?
Mhm.
The news. It's almost. I used to say, or we all used to say, money is the root of all evil, which it probably still is. But the news is second runner up to that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you...
What'd you pick up for that?
Um.
It's like Spitfire, man. A lot of shit
Yeah.
going on, right?
It's like one. Didn't really pick up on anything.
Okay. I picked up on the one item where he said, go overseas and fight. There's some oil over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad, but true in many cases, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be proud of your country, and there's times where you have to fight, but sometimes you look at history and you wonder if we were fighting for the right reasons or if there was other reasons, right?
Yeah.
Um, Interesting. Take that back.
She makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue. And pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Not a bad hook, man. Not a
Yeah,
bad hook. I know
really.
historically there was a lot of debate on Tom MacDonald's hooks, but pretty solid, right?
Yeah, that was good.
And interesting. What do you gather from the hook?
Um, violence is a symptom. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
I think so. Like to get to like fix everything, you gotta fight for it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then also saying it doesn't matter if you're black or white, the system pretty much hates you all. It's working against everybody, and I think the system, my interpretation of the system is pretty much the government, essentially. And I think as long as they could divide the people, whether it's by financial class or however, right? Especially race. Now we're looking at the right, left. We're looking at all different types of ways to divide this country. This country is probably more divided than ever. But the one object or being that is winning is the government, right?
Yeah.
If you divide, you conquer, essentially. So if the people were to stand up essentially against the government, then it would be much weaker. But in reality, I'm getting on a tangent here, but the government should be working for the people. That's
I
how
think
it
we
was
should all
originally.
be working together instead of dividing everyone up to make.
It's control.
Yeah.
Get me on a tangent here.
System, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with white.
What do you got, man?
Like, I don't know, like.
It's a twist on words, right? Essentially, I mean, it's a twist on words, but it's the truth. So they're pretty much the whole gender thing, right? The confusion of the gender. They're pretty much taken. I don't know if you would say taken, but there is a lot of confused people when it comes to the gender aspect, right?
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to know how much I want to dig into because it's a controversial subject, but at the same time, it's really not.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're born a male or you're born a female. Should be pretty simplistic, but I'll leave it at that.
Yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had.
Empower you to vote, essentially to equal pay between men and women, and then essentially take the difference of men and women away to wherever it's a single gender, right? Contradictory, perhaps. You got anything to add on it?
I feel, personally, I think it should stay, like, men get paid more because they fight for the country and they, like, do all this stuff that women physically can't.
Yeah, that's,
like, not, like, physically, but, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Hard.
Yeah, that's a tough one, brother, man. I can tell you, I've worked side by side with a lot of women, and they work just as hard as men. I understand what you're saying. Some aspects, there's the physicality difference on a physical aspect, but I've seen a lot of more women out there that are more
active.
I wouldn't say masculine, but stronger than half the men out there today, which is sad, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I agree with that, but either way, to each their own, right?
That's not what I meant by that.
You want to clarify?
Like, trying to not put it away, that I think we can all do equally the same stuff, but I don't know. Like,
We'll wrap back around to it.
Yeah.
That make our men and women great, then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system. system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'm...
Okay, so the system pretty much making black and whites fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of dividing, right?
Yeah.
And then the difference between science and religion, with the Homo sapien, the evolution of man versus the Bible. There's a lot of contradiction there.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much hitting on a couple items there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'm...
What you got?
So like, if you like, it's like this is my side, that's your side. If you cross mine, I have every right against you and to kill you or do whatever.
And who wins?
It's my territory. No one.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's death on both sides, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, essentially, right? War.
Yeah.
Sometimes war is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds horrible to say, but sometimes it is necessary. You have evil there that, or whatever the case is, that sometimes needs to be dealt with in a certain way. But in reality, nobody really wins in war, right?
Yeah.
I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life. And let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll...
Alright, so one thing real quick. I'm going to give you money that you value more than life. That is disturbing, right? Because that's probably the most factual bar that I think I've heard from Tom MacDonald. People value the mighty dollar much more than most anything in life, right? You think about it, we get up every single day, separate from our loved ones to go make a dollar. Some people do things they shouldn't do to make a dollar, knowing that they shouldn't do it. Again, the root to all evil, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I want to take that back one step.
Give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life. And let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And
then they say financially there's 1% that's running the entire financial ecosystem, whatever the hell that is, the overall economy, the world economy.
Yeah.
You have the elites, 1%, that have more money than pretty much the rest of the world. They make supposedly they make the calls, they make a lot of the decisions, while the rest of us are scraping for pennies to try to pay our mortgage and eat from month to month, right?
Yeah.
Pretty damn true. The other part of that would be communism, to where certain countries, pretty much everybody makes the same wage, which
that'd be a perfect world. Yeah.
Some people say that, some people think that way, others don't. I mean, it's to each their own.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little study on that, but yeah, interesting.
I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life. And let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.
That's it.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
And of course, Nova did a really good job on putting that video together.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what's your thoughts of the song in itself, man?
I actually really liked it. I
Did
liked
too.
the flow of it. It was
The
a
cadence
solid
was,
hook.
yeah, the hook was solid, actually. Not that he hasn't had other solid hooks, but it was a really good hook in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I really liked that.
What was your overall takeaway
Um,
of the system? If you were to summarize the song in its totality, what would you say?
um, so basically, um, not really basic, but um, left to right, you don't win, is because the government controls or whatever controls like you, and everything is the government's, and you don't got a choice or whatever.
That's kind of
Yeah.
it kind of summarizes it. Yeah, I mean, you're left to believe you have rights, and don't get me wrong. There is a lot of rights. There's a lot of freedoms that we have. There's a lot of beautiful aspects of the country, and
Yes.
being in America. And I mean, it's a wonderful country,
Mm-hmm.
but today it's being driven by just pure bullshit.
Yes.
Right, the system is essentially, and I think it's always been some sort of divide. But I think with technology, the media, I think it's more in our face. News gets around the world within 1 second today. But you learn as you grow that a lot of things are taught on a one-sided story, and then there's a lot of algorithms. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of school subjects that are teaching our people as they grow what the country wants the people to think, right, or how they want them to view things, right.
Yeah.
Which is that's always going to be, you're always going to have some of that, but it depends on how it's channeled, right? Because you want to have, your national anthems, you want to be proud of your country, and those kinds of items are strong, and that's positive. Uh, I don't know if you call it propaganda. That's positive reinforcement of a country. But when you start using it for an agenda for political reasonings, or crooked ass money, or to keep the people down, or to pass all these nonsense laws to try to take more and more rights away from the people by feeding them nonsense to achieve those items, that's where I think it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
But either way, the system, pretty damn good song, man. I really liked it. I thought the hook was great. The beat was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, man. There is so much going on. The first time you listen to these Tom MacDonald songs, there's so much going on to try to encapsulate a thought from one bar to the next. As soon as you're done, there's another one that's already completed that you're already thinking on. So it's they're challenging. But nonetheless, man, you got anything to say?
No, glad to be back.
Glad to be back, man. Definitely show us some love, man. Give us a thumbs up. Like I said, we've gone through quite a bit, man. We want to come back and give it hell and see how everybody's doing. Drop us some comments, man. Let us know how you guys are doing. And if you got any suggestions, we've missed, like I said, 4 or 5 months worth of music. We might jump back around, do some different styles of music. We'll see how this particular video goes. But appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Peace.